Welcome. Today we're going to explore one of the most expressive and revealing areas of the human body, our shoulders. The shoulders are more than just a joint that moves your arms. It's the crossroad between your hands and between your heart, between what we carry inside and what we express through our arms. By the end of this session, you will understand their meaning and, most importantly, how to release and restore them with a couple of somatic exercises so your whole system can feel lighter again. Now, the shoulders, they symbolize our carrying and our holding it all together in the world. Carrying to care for others, for everyone, to hold the burdens, to carry the burdens from yourself and from others, from family expectations, cultural roles and relationships, and survival strategies. This is the part of the body that literally takes on the weight, the pressure, and the responsibility, both self-imposed and inherited. The ability to hold yourself and hold others. When people say, I carry the world on my shoulders, it's not just a metaphor. It's somatically true. Our shoulders stand symbolic for what we take on in our lives and how do we meet that world outside of us. The shoulders are a part of the layer of interaction. This is the bridge between what we feel and what we do in our lives. They are our gatekeepers. They are the bridge between our heart and our hands. They decide how much of your inner world moves out into that action, between what you really feel and what you do. The shoulders hold the tension between what we want to reach with our arms and what we feel we must carry in our hearts. They often tell the story of I should rather than I want. They play a symbolic role in how we carry out our intentions. Now, the right shoulder, it more stands for masculine side, the external, the doing. It's associated with our responsibility taking, the duty, the obligations, the performance. The weight of the world on your shoulders often lands more on the right side of our shoulders. People with chronic right shoulder tension often feel they must achieve, they must perform or hold everything together. Example phrases the body can say is, I should do more, I cannot fail, I must carry this for everybody else. Now, if we look at the left shoulder, it's more the feminine side, the internal, the feeling. It's associated with our relationships, with our emotions also, the holding and the caring. It often holds our burdens of empathy, taking on others' pain, feeling responsible for the loved ones, their happiness. Left shoulder pain may appear during unresolved grief, heartbreak, or when boundaries are weak. Example phrases the body can say is, I'm holding the feeling for others. I'm carrying what is not mine. Now, if both shoulders share a burden, then the both are heavy. I am carrying too much, more than I can handle. This often shows up in chronic posture collapse or frozen shoulders. It symbolizes the lack of support. I don't allow anyone to help me. I must do it all alone. When trauma imprints on the body, the shoulders often respond in two primarily ways. In the fight or flight response, the shoulders, they rise, they brace, preparing to defend against the impact. If this state becomes chronic, the muscles remain locked in tension, as if the body is constantly waiting for the next blow. They want to defend themselves. In a freeze or fawn response, the shoulders collapse forward unconditionally, shielding the heart. Over time, this protective posture can become habitual, leaving the shoulders rounded and heavy, as true life itself is too much to face directly. Both patterns, when repeated, lead to chronic tightness, stiffness, and eventually a loss of mobility. Not because the body is broken, but because it has been protecting you all those years long. The deeper question the body asks here is, what am I carrying that is not mine? What would happen if I allowed myself to put this weight down? And what part of me longs to be free? The meaning behind the shoulders is that it is an invitation to surrender. It is a call to release the burdens that were never truly yours and to rest in the knowing that you don't have to carry everything alone, that some loads can be met, supported, and be shared. The shoulders, they symbolize everything we carry in our lives, like our burdens, not only physical work, but also emotional and our responsibilities in life. It also stands for facing the world, showing up, presenting yourself, your permission to take up your space, the weight of social expectations. It also stands for our obligation or responsibility, often too much or too early in our lives. And for the posture, openness or withdrawal, your shoulders posture tells others if you are open, you are guarded or disengaged. For example, a protective posture is a protection of your heart, of your throat, the shoulder that guards those two vulnerable centers. The heart stands for the emotion, the vulnerability, the love, and the throat stands for your expression, the truth, and your voice. Rounded shoulders forward is the body saying, I must protect my heart after repeated criticism or shame or grief. The shoulders that are drawn up the body is saying, I must guard my throat, I cannot speak my truth, I will not be heard. Also the conflict avoider, like collapsed posture to avoid being noticed, avoid being seen or being targeted. You have also the chronic lifting of the shoulders toward the ears, often a signal scanning for any danger. The body that is saying, I am not safe here, I must stay alerted, I must stay ready. You have also the frozen shoulder following a sudden loss. The body that is locking the gate to protect. The body that whispers, I am overwhelmed, I am defeated, I give up, I can't carry anymore. And you have the control, the shoulders that are braced backwards. The fight stance to maintain control. Here we also often see imbalance in the left and the right shoulder. The left shoulder often relates to receiving, the nurturing, the emotional, the feminine. The tension here may mean it's hard to let your love or support in. The right shoulder often relates to doing, the action, the work, the masculine. Tightness here may say, I overdo, I must achieve, I must provide for others. When blocked, the shoulders may storage unacknowledged grief, of helplessness, of longing for support. Grief is often described as a heaviness. I feel like I'm carrying a stone in my chest. My heart feels heavy. It weighs on me. When grief is unacknowledged, that weight has nowhere else to go. The body takes it on and in the shoulders. The body carries it, it holds it for you, it's protecting you like a shield. Instead of allowing the grief to flow through tears, expression or rituals, the nervous system converts the grief into tension and into holding. Shoulders arc toward grief to shield our heart. This is the body's instinct to protect a broken heart from more pain. When grief is acknowledged and expressed, the shoulders can release again. When grief is unacknowledged or forbidden, don't cry, be strong, move on, the shoulders stay locked in that protective collapse. It is the body's way of both shielding the heart and carrying what the psyche couldn't face. Now, underneath the unacknowledged grief, we see often two more stuck emotions in the shoulders, like guilt and shame. The guilt is linked to responsibility. I should have done more. I failed someone. The shoulders are the body's responsibility center. They literally bear the weight of the obligations. When guilt is unprocessed, it doesn't stay a thought. It turns into a felt load carried on the shoulders. Now, shame is the one deeper. not only did I fail, but I am the failure. The posture of shame is to fold in, collapse the shoulder, and hide the heart. Shame makes you want to go disappear. The shoulders close if to erase your presence. In both guilt and shame, the shoulders hold the story for blame, whether it's my fault, the guilt, or I am faulty in shame. When blocked, people may feel trapped. Trapped by duty, the loss of flexibility in life, the loss of connection of your inner strength, carrying an out duty, but not by choice. We have over-responsibility, taking on emotional burdens of others, feeling responsible for everyone and everything, suppression of our own needs. We have inability to delegate. We have difficulty to receiving or reaching out to others. We have the hyper-impendence, and we have the control-seeking. The cognitive patterns and beliefs we may see here in the shoulders are: I am responsible for everyone. I have to do it all. I must carry everything myself. I can't let others down. I can't let my guard down. My worth comes from how much I carry. It's selfish to put down the weight. I have to earn my love by being useful, and I am responsible for others' well-being. People with shoulder complaints or tension here tend to overfunction in relationships and work, taking care of everyone else first. We see over-preparation. It also has to be perfect. Collapse into exhaustion once they're alone. They hide vulnerability behind competence. And they carry a guilt for not setting their boundaries. What this area really needs to heal is feel safety and permission to put your load down. The shoulders don't release under pressure. They release when the nervous system feels safe again. They need an environment where it's okay to soften, to cry, to shake. Shoulders need the conscious message of it is not all mine to carry. The healing begins when a person allows themselves to set down the obligation, the grief, or the guilt that they don't belong to them. The body needs acknowledgement of the hidden emotions. The shoulder stores the unspoken grief, the shame, the guilt. They need those emotions to be recognized and named rather than suppressed, because only when you are aware of them, you can feel them and you can heal. You can ask yourself this question: am I carrying this because it's mine, or because I think I must carry it? The shoulders also need support and belonging. The shoulders are not designed to carry life alone. Symbolically, they are built to lean on community, on connection, on trust. To heal, they need the experience of receiving that support without any guilt, or allowing help without believing it makes you weak. Instead of hyper-independence, the body asks you for interdependence, the felt sense of being held, backed, and supported by others. When the shoulders finally trust they are not alone, they begin to let go of the unnecessary weight you are carrying. Now that we have explored what the shoulders symbolize and what they tend to hold, let's move into practice, because somatic understanding only becomes real when it's felt in the body. So I will guide you through a few simple exercises. You don't need any equipment, just a comfortable place to sit or stand. Take your time, move slowly, and notice what happens inside your body. We'll begin by simply noticing. Find a comfortable seat or stand with your feet grounded. Close your eyes if that feels safe for you, or soften your gaze. Now, without changing anything, gently bring your awareness to your shoulders. Notice, where are they right now? Are they lifted? Are they collapsed forward? Are they pulled back or tense? Just notice. Now compare your right shoulder and your left shoulder. Do they feel the same? Or is one carrying more than the other? Whatever you notice, let it simply be true for this moment. You don't need to fix it, just acknowledge. This is how my shoulders are meeting the world right now. Take a slow breath in and out, and we'll move to the next exercise. On your next inhale, gently lift your shoulders up toward your ears. Hold for just a moment, for about a couple of seconds, and then let go. As you exhale, let them drop completely. You might even let out a sigh. We'll do that again. Inhale, the shoulders rising. Hold. And exhale, release the shoulders and let them drop. Continue at your own pace for about 10 times. Each time that you drop your shoulders, imagine you're putting something heavy down. If it feels good, exaggerate the drop. Even let your arms shake out a little. If it feels too heavy, breathe through it. Bring awareness to your breath and let the tension go. Notice the contrast, the difference between tension and release. This is the body's way of learning it doesn't have to stay braced all the time. Now, on your next inhale, slowly open your arms outward, palms facing slightly upward, as if you're ready to receive. Notice how your shoulders gently roll back as your chest opens. And on the exhale, allow your arms to return and rest by your side. Take your shoulders in your arms and wipe it down from your shoulders to your hands. Shake the last tension out with your hands. We'll do that a couple of more times. Inhale, open the arms, shoulders expanding. And exhale, arms soften back down. And take your shoulders, slide it down to your arms, and shake it out. If you like, imagine that as you open, you're receiving something supportive. Supportive breath, love, or simply the sense that you don't have to carry it all alone. Repeat this movement several times, letting the shoulders follow the rhythm of your breath. Now for the next exercise, bring your arms up in front of you, elbows bent, palms facing forward. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, slowly push your palms forward as if creating space in front of you. Then release your arms, let them fall, shake them out. Let's try again. Inhale, arms up, set them ready, and exhale, push forward, clear and steady, and release. This simple movement mobilizes the fight-flight energy in the shoulders, reminding your body, I can push away, I can make space, I can protect myself and set my boundaries. And now just pause for a moment. Notice your shoulders again. Do they feel a little different than when we began? Remember, your shoulders don't release through pressure. They release through safety, through awareness, and through the permission to let go. You can always return to these exercises anytime you feel your shoulders holding too much. Just a few minutes can help the shift to load. If you want more exercises for the shoulder, comment here below and I'll make them for you. Remember, your shoulders are not meant to carry everything. They are bridges, not prisons. And healing begins the moment you listen. Take a breath and let your shoulders soften. Give yourself permission to set one burden down today, even a small one. This is the path back to your essence. This is how the body speaks when the mind cannot. Leave a comment what your thoughts are on this video and which body part I need to do in the next video. See you next time.